Sears Center, where the Chicago Mustangs are back in action against the Dallas Sidekicks. Sidekicks coming into the Sears Center for the first time this year. Should be a good matchup here, as both teams are really fighting to make their way into a playoff spot. Before we continue on with our coverage, we are going to head down to the field for the United States national anthem. We will be right back. The anthem is done. Both teams getting their last little run in here, and we are going to have action inside the Sears Center. Hasn't gone too well for the Mustangs lately here in the Sears Center. Had a big home field advantage before, and now it seems to slipped away from the Mustangs a bit. But the Mustangs are ready to go. Dallas coming in here. And they really want to win, because there's two players here on Dallas that are Chicago legends. Even though Nestor Hernandez was only here for a year, he was unbelievable for the Mustangs. And he's back, and you know he wants to cause a lot of damage for his former team. And then you got Fabinho down there. Fabinho, for those who have been following Chicago indoor soccer for a very long time, he's played for a ton of different indoor soccer teams here. Even in Rockford, he had a cup of tea as well. So it's good to see those two guys back here, although in enemy colors. You know, it's fun to have a little laugh before the game with both players and catch up on old times. Fabinho hugging everyone here before the game down by the locker room area. So a good guy he is. Same thing with Nestor Hernandez. Just a great guy as well. Captains are at midfield getting the last minute instructions from both referees. It's going to be a heavyweight match tonight inside the Sears Center. Another nice crowd here on hand. One of the bigger crowds that we've had. A lot of groups here tonight with dance teams and soccer teams. So it's nice to see when the Sears Center gets packed, just like we see right here tonight. Fans cheering both sides on. There are some Dallas Sidekick fans here tonight, which is nice to see. Once again, you know, when you have other teams bringing fans in to cheer on the away team, it's always making it a better atmosphere inside the stadium. Now Dallas with early position with the quick turn, and Brown had an opportunity for a shot, instead pulled back. Now Ricardinho with the ball at his feet by what used to be the three-point line. We have to see how the Mustangs respond early in this game. You know, they want a quick start with the misfortune that they've had early this year now inside the Sears Center. Started off the season really, really hot and have hit kind of a rock in the middle of the road. And Dallas kind of in the same spot where the Mustangs are. Both teams really fighting for that playoff spot. They're two dangerous teams, no question about it, especially when you have someone like Nestor Hernandez, who we've seen here in Chicago score many, many goals. Now we see Dallas just kind of passing it back and forth. Not too much urgency to bring that ball up the field right now, kind of taking what they can get. Just going back and forth, kind of playing a Mustang type of game, going back and forth with their goalie, Gamboa. And just the defenders keep cycling back and forth. Now the ball sent down to Illinois. Ball in the corner with the Mustangs coming out and winning it. First possession for the Mustangs. What can they do with it? They turn it over almost right away. Mustangs really not getting anything going right here. Not too much pressure on the ball. Now we have a whistle from one of the refs. It looks like the Sidekicks are going to have a restart off a foul off the ball. Coach Gamboa kind of looking for an explanation. It looked like Rich Grady was saying that there was an elbow away from the play. Now the Mustangs with Taylor Bond causing a little bit of havoc, starting to pressure a little bit more. But Dallas not really trying to do much here, just hanging on to the ball are the Sidekicks. Taking what they can get, not trying to force anything early here. You can see Taylor Bond a little frustrated that the Mustangs can't win the ball or keep the ball, but it's kind of hard when you're playing defense like that and just holding it in your own end. Mustangs finally having opportunity with Ephraim Beard getting it up to Taylor Bond. Taylor Bond is swarmed by 4 different Dallas Sidekick players right there. Now the ball just going all over the place for the Sidekicks. Going from midfield, then playing it back, going into the Mustang zone and playing it back. Oh, this is how you keep possession. They're playing kind of like a 4 corners game right here, and they're doing a great job of it. The Mustangs don't want to come up and pressure, and they're not forcing the issue. Dallas Sidekicks are. You would almost think they're on like a penalty kill the way they're playing right now. Here's an opportunity for a shot. And there's a foul on Dos Santos. Videla is the one that goes down for the Sidekicks. He's trying to get a volley off there was Videla. And a quick whistle by the refs. Now the restart for the Sidekicks as they look at what they can set up here. It's a pass right down to Videla, who got fouled. And he puts it in the back of the net on a great little misdirection as the fake pass goes right to Videla, and Videla taps it in. Great pass right there by Ricardinho. Ricardinho with almost like a sniper right there. With a perfect pass. Videla didn't have to do much except redirect that ball past Jesus Flores, and this is not the start that the Mustangs wanted. Now a quick ball down low. Bond takes a shot. It goes off Camarena's shins. Still in the offensive zone. Now a shot by Wheelo that misses near side, and another shot by Camarena that goes over the boards. It's going to be a restart throw-in for Gamboa and the Sidekicks. That's really not the start the Mustangs wanted here early in this game inside the Sears Center. They wanted to get a goal right away. That was their game plan today, is just attack, attack, attack. But the way the Sidekicks come out and just keep possession is just amazing. And a turnover by Ephraim Beard, and now here comes a one-on-one opportunity, a two-on-one opportunity. A lot of passing right there by Dallas, and it goes out of bounds. There was a wide open chance for Arando, and he just passed it off. Bad decision by the Sidekicks right there. That was the first bad decision they made all game. Everything else has been pretty flawless for Dallas. If you're a Dallas fan watching right now, you have to be really satisfied with how this game has gone. We're 5 minutes in right now. It's the quickest 5 minutes I've ever felt inside an indoor soccer game, but you can thank that to Dallas. They're not joking around. They're just keeping possession, and they're not forcing the issue at all tonight. Ortega is going to play it all the way down. Pee Wee Ortega really is trying to get a breakout game tonight here inside the Sears Center, as there's a shot by Wheelo Martinez that gets brushed away by Gamboa. But yeah, Pee Wee Ortega, he's one of the veterans on this team that the Mustangs are looking to. He's had so much success in this building, and if he could just find his form inside the Sears Center again, you'd have to think it's going to start rubbing off on guys. Same thing goes for Taylor Bond as well. He's going to need to start getting those goal boots on, because so far in 2017 and a good part of 2016, the Mustangs have lost that touch inside the Sears Center. Now here's another opportunity for the Sidekicks, as they're in threatening spots, kind of putting the Mustangs to sleep. And there you go. If you could see on our screen there, you saw the Dallas Sidekicks bench clapping on their guys, cheering them on. And now Wheelo Martinez, with not much support, 3 Mustang players on the far side of the field. Not too much for Wheelo to do except pass it to one of the players that were close. Now the movement for the Mustang begins off the play, or off the ball, I should say. Ball played down to Taylor Bond. Bond at the yellow line, one-on-one, takes a shot. He misses wide. Wheelo with the shot. It gets blocked away. Still danger in the offensive zone. There's a quick turnover right there. Bond tries to get to the ball, but can't. Taylor Bond trying to spin around with it, do a little something different. Couldn't keep it in. That ball goes out of bounds, as Ritter, with one of the few long passes we've seen tonight already by the Dallas Sidekicks. That ball goes out of bounds. They give possession right away. Probably not one of the passes they were thinking about, as they've had very good success with the 5 to 10 foot pass tonight, really frustrating the Mustangs and the possession game. Now the Mustangs are going to have the ball right here and try to see what they can do with Rojas playing it back with Beard. Pee Wee Ortega, we already touched upon him, how he really wants to start getting something going. Now Beard at the yellow line, just past it, takes a shot, and it's blocked away. Still a danger, and then an easy shot right there by Gamboa, and he's telling all of his players to keep moving up. Looks like the Sidekicks are going to just feel they like just playing back and forth in the defensive end, and now trying to jump in, and now Pee Wee trying to jump in. Now Gamboa to midfield. The ball's still jumping all the way around there. And the Mustangs now have the ball at the yellow line. Oh, Pee Wee Ortega tried one move to get across, but that was a great play by the defense of the Sidekicks. Oh, now Ardondo takes down Pee Wee Ortega. Bond with the quick restart, going to the center, and he shoots, he scores! Taylor Bond puts it in the back of the net, and the Mustangs answer. TJ Nelson right there had a great play earlier on in that sequence against Pee Wee Ortega. Tried to do a little poke away from the ball of Taylor Bond. Taylor Bond No power on that shot, just finesse, and he puts it in the back corner. That was much needed for Taylor Bond, as Taylor Bond scores a goal that responds to one of the goals that the Sidekicks scored. We are so used to seeing these days here inside the Sears Center, the Mustangs scoring, taking the lead, and then all of a sudden, 2 minutes from that goal, they give up one goal to take momentum, and the other team takes momentum away. Now the opposite happens here, where the Mustangs answer a goal from Dallas. Let's see if Dallas now, after this goal, goes back to what they were doing earlier in this game by just keeping possession. They kept possession, kept it away from the Mustangs, but the Mustangs finally decided that they were going to come up and start pressuring the defense of the Sidekicks, and it worked out fairly well, causing some turnovers. So let's see what kind of game plan they come out with now, the Dallas Sidekicks do. So both teams come out of the timeout now. Tied 1-1. So right away, Ricardinho just giving it right to Gamboa. Gamboa to Ellis now. Ellis, almost turns it over. Now you can see a different philosophy and the swarm type of defense that the Mustangs are trying to use now here against Dallas. Ricardinho now jumping up on Pichardo. Pichardo working his way around, and it looked more like Ritter kind of just fell on the ball, but we have a foul on the Mustangs. And you got to watch out here because Ricardinho last time with a beautiful pass to set up the goal to Videla. Now a pass to Ellis, far side. Ellis with the inside of his foot puts it just above the bar. And Dos Santos streaking downfield. Can't get there in time. Gamboa out of the net trying to get it to Ricardinho. Can't. Ephraim Beard now takes a shot, and he missed that one by a fair margin right there. He definitely wasn't upset with the result. Gamboa now again with the ball in his hands. Gamboa is kind of trying to steal a little thunder here from Jesus Flores, saying, I'm going to have the ball at my feet longer than you're going to have the ball at your feet tonight. Now Nestor Hernandez with the shot. Whoa, what a shot and what a block. And the ball's still around, and great save by Jesus Flores. Ephraim Beard cleaning out the garbage out in front. Nestor Hernandez gets tripped up, no call. Taylor Bond tries to go through Ellis and can't. But Nestor Hernandez coming out with the ponytail on us tonight with a huge shot. I mean, this guy's got a cannon, and what a great play by Pee Wee Ortega to put his body on the line, and then Jesus Flores jumping all over the place once again like a fish out of water, doing anything he can to stop the ball from going in, and a good play also by Ephraim Beard. Tipping that ball away to the corner, away from danger, at least enough time where Jesus Flores can get up and try to regain his position in net. Gamboa, again, like I said, stealing the page away from Jesus Flores. Jesus Flores is just itching to get the ball at his feet. Ortega now with Rojas. Rojas with a shot and a save by Gamboa. The first really tough shot that Gamboa had to be ready for. The counter, that was almost a dangerous play right there by Camarena. And Dallas, the whole bench erupts looking for a foul. Even though he got all ball, I think they were mad about the slide tackle more than anything. Gamboa now. Downfield. That's one of the few long passes. Again, maybe there's been 2 or 3 long passes here. Oh, and the turf monster comes up. Oh, man. That was close as Dela Cruz goes down, tripping on the turf, giving a grade A opportunity. And here comes Taylor Bond. Taylor Bond gets pushed off the ball. He goes in the boards looking for a call, but nothing. Now Taylor Bond down behind the play. After he does not get the call, he is down. Ardondo had an opportunity to take the lead in this game. And he just, here's what happened to Taylor Bond. But Ardondo had a great opportunity, a wide open net. But a good job by Jesus Flores, just kind of waiting it out. Taylor Bond hitting into the boards. Dela Cruz also, like I said, got eaten up by the turf monster there. Looks like Taylor Bond is okay. Restart, no harm right there. Possession still with the Sidekicks. Nelson now getting an opportunity to pass back and forth with Lovegrove back there. Was Nelson and Lovegrove. Now this is an interchanging kind of defense that the Sidekicks use. They kind of circle around the field and then come back into position. Something different that I haven't really seen before in the indoor game, how the way they're cycling the way they are. A forward will come up to the defensive end, the defender will come up to the offensive end, do almost like a lap. And it's just kind of like one huge cycle that they're doing with player-wise, not even the ball. It's very interesting, the movement off the ball that Dallas is deciding to go with. Now this game is really finding a standstill. Both teams have settled into this game clearly. And of course, there you go again with Dallas just waiting for the Mustangs to come up and pressure. They're trying to make odd man rushes out of this pressure defense that the Mustangs bring it on, hoping that they will double team someone downfield. And there's a foul on Lovegrove as Wheelo goes down. And looks like a blue card is out there. A 2-minute power play for the Mustangs now. This is a great opportunity for the Mustangs since they haven't had the ball at their feet very long in this game. Dallas Sidekicks doing a very good job of keeping the ball away from the Mustangs, even though we're tied at 1. Now they won't have an opportunity to keep the ball at their feet as long, with the Mustangs being able to pressure any Dallas player that has the ball at their feet. No question about it. It will be much easier now since they don't have to cover an extra player out on the field. Pee Wee Ortega slowly bringing it up to Alexis Camarena. Camarena back to Ortega, and now they're going to play back and forth with each other. Decent sized crowd here tonight, and they're ready to see a power play goal from Pee Wee Ortega and his Mustangs. Beard now playing it to Wheelo near side. But and Taylor Bond goes down again. Taylor Bond he takes a beating, I'll tell you. I mean, he really puts his body on the line right here. I mean, it's not, Dallas didn't do anything to bring him down or anything like that, but he put himself in that position. And you check it out here on the replay, and he goes. Folks, I want to tell you at home, if you've never been on this surface of an indoor soccer field, it's not really cushiony at all. It's pretty unforgiving, this turf. Ellis now with the turnover. That was a big play by Ellis as he snuffed out that pass. Ritter with a turn back. And look at this. The Sidekicks keep in possession of the ball. Now now Coach Gamboa, you can hear him asking for his players to pressure the ball carrier, Nestor Hernandez. Must be a weird feeling playing his old team where he really made a huge name for himself in this league early on in his career, getting traded to Dallas and now being the star that he is for Dallas. One thing that we can say about Nestor Hernandez was we knew from an early start of the early campaigns for the Mustangs that Nestor was going to be a huge player coming forward. Pee-wee Ortega with a nice play. Oh! Ortega with a nice play, but there's going to be a foul right there as Nelson goes down and Ortega is still down. Ortega still down, and AJ, the trainer, needs to come out. AJ has been, he's really been getting a workout this year coming off that bench. The Mustangs have, you know, I would say this Mustangs team, and here you go, you'll see it again. It just looked like it was the way that Pee-wee stepped right there that he kind of hurt himself. We'll take a look right here again. Oh, I think it was the way Nelson came down on the back foot of Ortega is what it is. Nothing Nelson can do there. I mean, he was in midair, nothing else Ortega could do. And look at that, there's Nestor Hernandez helping out his former teammate in Pee-wee Ortega as they take him off the field. And this is not something you want to see in any sport or any event, is when a player goes down like this. And you know, when Pee-wee goes down, it's usually, I mean, he's usually up right away. When he goes down, it means something. He's not kidding around. He's not joking around. That's for sure when he goes down. So hopefully Ortega is pretty good. He was excited about tonight's game, and it's just a shame. Hopefully he comes back. As I'm looking at the bench right now, he's still agonizing in pain as AJ is still talking to him. We'll have to get an update hopefully. Now Nelson having a quite a little game there for himself, putting himself in decent positions. You can't really fault him for that Taylor Bond goal. He was playing decent defense, but at the same time, Taylor Bond is a heavier and taller guy than Nelson. Mustangs bringing it up with the power play over. Dos Santos trying to take a shot, can't, gets blocked away, but right back to Dos Santos. Rojas with Gonzalez. And we have another foul behind the play that I'm going to be honest with you, I did not see. I just heard the whistle and the point going towards the Dallas Sidekicks way. Must have been some tugging of the jersey or something like that to be called. Gamboa now to Ilgui. That's the end of the first quarter as Dallas and Chicago are tied at 1 after 15 minutes. First quarter, couple takeaways here, is a style of indoor soccer we haven't really seen here inside the Sears Center. We're going to take a quick timeout before we get to the second quarter. We'll be back.
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, chicagomustingspro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation. And we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at chicagomustingspro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AM Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willow Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustangs, recomendándoles a Toncar Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
What we are offering, none of our competitors are. The facility that we have here, nobody else has. I created Extreme Dance Force, which was a highly competitive dance company, and about 7 years later, we formed our own home and we called it Extreme Dance Center. If you've never danced before and you want to learn how to dance, this is a great place. If you've been dancing for a very long time and you want to get better, this is also a great place. So not only has this center been created for beginners, but also for advanced dancers.
Extreme Dance Center is a really wonderful dance facility that teaches dancers all different styles from ages 3 to professional.
Extreme Dance Center brings in world-renowned teachers and choreographers to work with the kids, and we do a lot of master classes.
It makes you feel like you're not coming to work because you're having fun and you're basically playing with kids.
Welcome back to the Sears Center. After that quick timeout, just going over the media guide a little bit as we were in that little commercial break. And the Mustangs, I forgot to mention, last night won their game in St. Louis. St. Louis having a rough go of it this year. The Mustangs 8-7 this year. And the time is kind of winding down for them, as including this game, there is 5 games left for the Mustangs. 5 more games for the Mustangs at 8-7, and they're 4 games back of the leader, the Comets. And the Rampage and the Wave have both had 11 wins this season, but the Mustangs have a few games in hand, which could prove to be a ginormous advantage to them. So they kind of have the fate in their hands. If they win, they're going to be okay. But it's got to be one game at a time for the Chicago Mustangs. Mustangs looking a lot more aggressive just early in this quarter than they looked in the first. And then the ball goes out of bounds. Wheelo kicks it. Luckily, there was a stanchion right there because AJ was going to just get that one right to the dome if that stanchion separating the benches weren't there. What would happen if the trainer went down? How do we get another trainer? Vidal with the shot that goes off the boards, and Ricardinho just barely misses the rebound. Gamboa hasn't been called on very much tonight. Had one very, very tough opportunity to stop, and he did. It's 1-1 here inside the Sears Center. And once again, both teams playing for their playoff fates. Both teams have this, they just have to really win out, and they won't have to worry about anything. So there's a lot on the line in this game right here. Not too much give and take, and there's a mistake by Nestor Hernandez. Hernandez usually not making mistakes like that. Wheelo making a nice defensive play and giving the possession to the Mustangs. But right back, well, now it's like a ping pong match again. The ball keeps going back and forth. Gonzalez gets taken down, no call as the ball is dumped in the corner, and we have a swarm of sidekicks trying to win that ball. And De La Cruz comes out. Dos Santos with Beard playing it down. The Mustangs really trying to get a little more possession in the offensive end. Now there's some good physical soccer. No foul called as Rojas goes down. So we have another whistle and a restart again. Not too sure what went down there. Didn't seem like there was anyone in the middle of the field there. I think it might have been some jawing back and forth because Rich Grady said that's enough. But a good flow to this game so far for both teams, really. I mean, the Mustangs probably a little frustrated right now as De La Cruz has the ball, giving it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez takes a shot, misses near side. A lot of near side misses tonight for the Mustangs. Gamboa just tossing it all the way down. And whoa, what a shot that was right there by Brown. That was almost Taylor Bond-esque right there on that volley. Bond now with the ball at his feet, giving it down to Wheel. And now I'm really not sure I don't know what the call was. Taylor Bond had the ball at his feet. Taylor Bond had the ball at his feet as he was giving it to Wheelo. We're hopefully gonna get a replay on maybe a too many men on the field. Kind of at a loss for words here, folks. We're in the booth right now talking to producers, directors, trying to figure out what the call was. Maybe, I think it was too many men was the call. Too many men on the field right there. There was 6 Mustangs on the field. If you go there, we have a good shot of it now. Yeah, we'll have a replay for you hopefully coming up here in a second. There was, yeah, that seems to be the call, was too many men on the field. So Dallas Sidekicks, they are going to be on the power play with a good opportunity right away. Jesus Flores close to taking a handball. Ball gets dumped down, and the Dallas bench is irate. They are not happy whatsoever. You could just see there you go. Coaches, players, you could see on their faces not happy with the call. You could just see on their faces that in this game, there's a lot to be had. This could be your season right here. Nestor Hernandez takes a shot, and that one goes over the net. Nestor, once again, one of the good guys, really, really good guys in the indoor soccer game. Definitely a guy you want on your team. Teaching kids in camps, very patient guy, just a good guy to have around, good guy in the locker room. During a bad game or after a bad game, he'll be the first one to come up to you, tell you what your team needs to do better next time, what went wrong this time. Just a stand-up guy overall. Now he has an opportunity, and if you give Nestor Hernandez opportunity like that, he's gonna just bomb it right to the back of the net. Shocked that didn't burn a hole into the net. Here he is wide open. He scores a goal and then shows off the Superman t-shirt. You know that one felt good, scoring against his former team, getting the crowd going there with the Dallas fans right next to the Dallas bench. Now the Mustangs have to respond again. They did a good job last time after Dallas scored, getting a quick goal. Can they do it again? Now 50-50 ball has Gonzalez at the old three-point arc, taking a shot. Oh, and he just barely missed wide. Lovegrove now with 3 Mustangs behind him. He finds a way to get through. He still keeps going, and a good play by Rojas. And now we have another foul. Restart for the Mustangs. Wheelo to the middle. Wheelo takes a shot, and Wheelo not happy with his attempt there as he actually kicked. And now we have a yellow card on the field. So we have a yellow card. See if we can get a replay of that, if we have a view of that. Ardondo, the one going to the box. I'm gonna say there was some type of talk by Ardondo as he was going to the bench. As he was running to the bench, we can only see his back as he's going to the bench. My only thought is he said something to Rich Grady, and Rich said, "That's enough of that, you're going to the box." But that's just my guess. I couldn't see what he was saying or what he was doing on the way to the bench. Now, oh, what a shot by Lovegrove, and a great save by Jesus Flores as that ball was having some serious bend. Gonzalez now dumping it down to Taylor Bond. Bond scored earlier in this game, getting to the middle. He takes a shot, and there's a blue card, and Taylor Bond is down. Now the Sidekicks, they are kind of rattled for some reason right here. Here's the replay. And oh yeah, well that's definitely a blue card right there. But I don't know, just in the past 2 minutes or so, you get a feeling that Dallas has lost a little bit of composure here as Binning is the one going into the box. Clark Binning getting a blue card, and as you saw with a nice shot from our crew here, he was going to the box. And as he was going to the box, he was disgusted with the call. I mean, it's a solid blue card call. Whether you're a Mustang fan or a Dallas fan, I think we can all agree that that type of tackle does not belong in the indoor game. We're all for a rough game, but there's not much to complain about right there. I couldn't even find a way to defend that if that was a Mustang player. It's just something that's not a part of the game, and the refs were telling us that earlier in the day today as we had a little bit of a meeting by the refs locker room. Now Wheelo takes a run over, takes a timeout. This is a big opportunity for the Mustangs to tie this game with 9:45 to go in the second quarter. Good game so far inside the Sears Center, although the Mustangs are down in this game right now. Dallas playing a very, very solid game that I think they would be pretty proud of. The only thing I would say is a negative as of right now is the last 2 to 3 minutes. They've seemed to lost their composure just a little bit. Not much, but enough for them to be down a man here for the next 2 minutes. As you see Coach Gamboa talking to his players right there, drawing something up on the trusty whiteboard that he's got there, dry erase board. It's a big, big game here for both teams, as we have stated multiple times tonight. You could see right there that Dallas knows this is a big kill to get some composure back on their side. As we saw one of these shots here, you could see kind of a little bit there on the far side. Pee Wee Ortega still getting treatment by AJ. Ortega will do this guy is a warrior. There's a lot of tough guys on the roster of the Chicago Mustangs. Probably none as tough as Pee Wee Ortega. Pee Wee Ortega, when he goes down, he's not going down just because he's trying to earn a call. He goes down because he got taken down hard. He's probably one of the smallest, if not the smallest, player in the league, along with Alexis Camarena. and he puts his body down there like you wouldn't believe. Now the restart begins. Wheelo passes it off to Camarena. Bond misses the header far side. Now Wheelo playing it to Camarena. Bond going back post, but it bounces away from Dos Santos. Dos Santos with a shot. It gets blocked away. And on the counter again is the Sidekicks, and they just decide, you know what, let's not be too fancy. Let's just dump it down. 1:30 to go in the power play for the Mustangs. Dos Santos with Wheelo. Wheelo giving it to Dos Santos again. Dos Santos, who's really come to life inside the Sears Center, has been getting more playing time on the power play. Lovegrove with the shot and a good little easy save there by Jesus Flores. At this point, I'm not even going to say saves are easy for either one of these goalies because so much is on the line. An easy save, it might look like there's an easy shot and it could tip off their fingers and go in back of the net, and that could demoralize your team in playoff chances. So from here on out, really every save is a big save. Under a minute to go in the power play here for the Mustangs. Camarena with Wheelo. Wheelo to De La Cruz. De La Cruz with an easy turn. Beard trying to go far post to Bond instead of taking a shot when he had an opportunity to take one. Now ball's going back and forth, and there's a save that was going wide, or going near side. It was not hitting the net at all. Now Wheelo again, setting up. This might be one of the few chances that the Mustangs have right here with 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. Bond trying to center it. No one in the middle for the Mustangs. Lovegrove again with the ball at his feet, trying to get around Wheelo. And a pass to Beard, and Beard was just one step too slow to receive the pass from Wheelo. 2-1 on the power play. It's over. 5-on-5. We are back at even strength. Ball in the corner gets sent to Ortega. Ortega with the toss to Lovegrove. Lovegrove with Wheelo on his tail. There's a shot. He misses wide. There's still a rebound. A shot gets blocked away as Cameron Brown, who's had some decent opportunities, misses, and now Negro takes down Brown. Brown looking for a call, trying to earn a blue card. You'll see right here. Kind of just trips him up from behind. There's a good shot of it right here. Just a little tap on the back of the foot. And there's a shot by Lovegrove, and he misses the whole net as he's looking for Brown to do something there. But he didn't even set anything up, Lovegrove. He just kind of took a shot in the dark, hoping that he was going to find the back of the net, and he kind of blamed it on Brown. I know exactly what Lovegrove was trying to do. He tried to bend that shot in on the far side post, and when the shot didn't turn out the way he liked it, he looked at Brown and said, "Why didn't you go after it?" So now we have a restart for the Mustangs again. As Wheelo will be the one to take the restart. Bond getting a ton of playing time, as you would expect for Taylor Bond to get tonight, knowing how much is on the line and being at home. Brown gets taken down again, and he's starting to get upset. And it's getting heated down there, folks. I don't know what else to say. Dallas really, to be honest, has I know they're winning on the scoreboard, but with their composure right now, they got to be careful because, yes, Mustangs are committing a lot of fouls, but the retaliation and the way that they're acting after the foul might give them a blue card and I'm talking about Dallas getting a blue card just because the way they're exaggerating with the refs. These aren't blue card fouls that the Mustangs are committing. They're definitely looking for a blue card right now. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But they're not going to get it with ticky-tack fouls like that. Ricardinho to Ellis. Ellis takes a shot. Not enough juice on that. And here comes Camarena. Ricardinho slows down Camarena just enough. Now Camarena is down. It's a yard sale out there today, folks. Mustang players down all over the place. Dallas Sidekicks players all over the place. Both teams having trouble. Oh, and you see it right there. Pee-wee right there on that right foot. Twist his right foot in with a little bit of a twist, and that would be another big loss, as Pee-wee Ortega, who was one of the players that went down earlier in this game with an injury almost just like the one we just saw happen right there. But if I'm looking at the bench right now, it looks like Pee-wee Ortega is actually up as we speak right now on the bench. Not doing much movement or anything like that, just kind of standing there. I don't know if he'll be ready to go for the second half or not, or even this quarter. But or Camarena down once again here. And I gotta say, this game has been pretty heated, but the Dallas Sidekicks players have been really nice after the whistle towards the Mustangs players, as they've escorted 2 Mustang players off the field already in this game. Camarena, hopefully he's doing all right. But tonight, you know, the playing surface has not been so great for many of these players, as we've seen Taylor Bond go down, or excuse me, I believe that was De La Cruz who went down, causing a turnover in his own zone, giving a grade A opportunity to the Sidekicks. Here's a nice back heel. Pichardo with a near side miss that goes around the boards. But as I was saying, De La Cruz went down early in this game, got the turf monster. Then we see Pee-wee Ortega, who kind of in a freak accident went down as well. Here comes the Sidekicks, Nelson in the corner. But Ortega went down, hurt his ankle, and now Camarena, as he's running, he hurts his ankle. Just an interesting little side note there. And a push off. And Ilgui was the one with the push off there. Ball goes out of bounds, and the ball goes right back to the Sidekicks. Low scoring game tonight inside the Sears Center, but that's something that you would kind of expect in a game like this. There's a ton riding on the line. We are really in the latter half of the MASL season, with teams really only having a handful of games left this year. Hernandez now in the far corner. Earns a foul. Free kick for the Sidekicks. Ricardinho playing it right off the boards. Nelson takes a shot. He shoots and he scores. Ricardinho, are you kidding me? This guy is phenomenal. He is just, look at this pass off the boards. That was definitely a design miss right there. Comes all the way to Nelson. Nelson takes a shot, and there's one that Jesus Flores would absolutely love to have back. Binning really close to putting that ball in as well. Couldn't get his foot on it. Goes all the way to Nelson, and Nelson makes no mistake about it, putting his team up 2 goals. And a 2-goal deficit in this game right now, the way it has been, is going to be a difficult thing. But the Mustangs, they need to respond. A new Mustang player here making his debut inside the Sears Center, making his first shift right there is Mario Alvarez. Mario Alvarez, number 34 for your Chicago Mustangs. Will he provide the spark? We have always seen time and time again, you put a new guy in a Mustangs uniform, especially in the Sears Center in his debut, you see them come out here and they, for some reason, one reason or another, just dominate. Is that something that we will see here tonight by Alvarez? Wheelo now to Bond. Bond looked at Alvarez, said, I'm going to take it instead. Bond giving it to Wheelo. Bond back on the turf again. Quick whistle. Bond restarts it, and Wheelo again with the ball at his feet. Bond has been down on the ground a ton tonight. He's definitely going to earn that ice bath, no question. Now Wheelo with a little step over. He takes a shot with the left foot. Doesn't get enough on it. Gets a little follow-up. He hits the crossbar. Goes around to Dos Santos. Now Ephraim Beard. Ephraim Beard takes a far shot and a save that's gobbled up there by Gamboa. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nelson, the most recent goal scorer for the Sidekicks. He's been having a great game tonight. Here come the Mustangs again. Dela Cruz with a shot, goes off the boards. And here's Lovegrove again, cherry picking. He has an opportunity to put it right past Jesus Flores, and he makes another mistake right there by putting the ball way over the net. Lovegrove, who's had a pretty decent game in my estimation, but when it comes to taking the shot on net, he's had only one good shot on net. Everything else has been super wide over the net, just kind of all over the place on the aim there. It looks like we have a media timeout right down there on the field. 3:46 left in the second quarter. Mustangs really trying to get something going offensively. It's been very tough for the Mustangs tonight, as possession has really done a good job of keeping the ball in their own end, playing back and forth, taking a page away from the Mustangs, which I gotta say was a very, very solid job. Both teams waiting to get back out on that field again. The Mustangs are really looking for something huge to get everything started going into the second half. The fans here, as you can see, a solid crowd here on hand in the Sears Center. Good to see, the kids, the youth groups, soccer teams. You'll see at halftime we're going to have dance entertainment. It's good to see a lot of groups come out and support a local team. And it's good to see the Chicago Mustangs also support these teams and indoor soccer teams. You come to a Mustangs game, and even before the doors are open here inside the Sears Center, there are always tournament games going on, players being accessible even before the game, which is something is pretty cool to see, that the players go out of their way to, shake a fan's hand, take a picture with them, or sign an autograph. Now we are back to action inside the Sears Center. Mustangs once again trying to get something going here so they can go into halftime feeling a little bit better about themselves. Right now things are not going their way, And it's almost like the Mustangs right now, confidence-wise, would rather be playing on the road than at home. They've been putting a lot of pressure on themselves while at home, and usually we don't see that from the Mustangs. They're usually loosey-goosey here in the Sears Center, but as of late, that has not been the case. They've had a rough go of it. Last night they had a win in St. Louis. Yes, St. Louis only has one win this year, but that's a road win right there, and road wins are hard to come by in the MASL. And they're Ricardinho all over the place, mostly passing the ball like a wizard out there. There's a shot that goes, it deflects out of bounds as Brown was adamant about it right away. He was looking for the tip, and indeed it was tipped out of play. Ricardinho with another pass, and Brown trying to backheel that one in, and Jesus Flores cuts down the angle. Nice, grabs the ball and tosses it all the way downfield. Ricardinho gets a foul committed against him. Rojas with Pichardo. Pichardo back to Rojas. Edwin Rojas giving it to Wheelo. Wheelo going back and forth now are the Mustangs, trying to take now what worked well for the Sidekicks. The Mustangs are trying to give a go at it, seeing if they can kind of put the Sidekicks to sleep here early, or I should say late in the second quarter. Taylor Bond going back to midfield, and he turns that ball over but wins it right back. Then Nestor almost got to it, but Bond wins it. Bond just slowly waiting for something to happen. He just goes right back to Beard. And now we're getting down to 1:30 here. Not many shots directed towards the Sidekick net here as time's winding down towards halftime. You'd have to think that Coach Gamboa wants his team to start really getting this ball on net here with 1:25 to go. Alvarez tries to force feed it down low, and it didn't work, but the Mustangs still own possession of the ball. Now we're getting close to 1 minute left here in the second quarter. Wheelo Martinez takes a shot, and it hits the inside of the post, and it goes right in. Finally, a bounce that the Mustangs needed in the worst way. Wheelo needs a goal in the worst way. And that was a great goal by Wheelo, as once again, it wasn't the power, it was the finesse. 3-2, Mustangs are still down, but not out. Gosh, don't you love when two teams have to play for their playoff lives practically in a game? Every win matters. You get games like this, back and forth, 3-2. Oh man, the energy is unmatched right now. Alvarez, he goes to the inside, cuts, keeps the ball at his feet, and then Lovegrove comes all the way down. Lovegrove's been having some trouble getting that shot off, and there's another bad shot. Now you can see if he wasn't frustrated before, now he's very frustrated with himself, as he's been all over the place on the field, making great runs, great passes, great everything except shots. His shots seem to always miss the mark. Lovegrove. Lovegrove and Ritter right there, playing a little back and forth as Lovegrove went down. Sorry about that. Had to take a quick look at the penalty box for a reason. I thought there was something going on there. Now a pass right to the middle of the field. There was no one there as Brown was trying to look for just really anyone, but there was no one within 15 yards. Now De La Cruz takes a shot, and he misses near side. He had a 2-on-1 if he wanted it. Instead of making a run closer to the net, he takes a shot that goes off near side boards, and that's the end of the first half. Your Mustangs are down 3-2 to the Dallas Sidekicks. Folks, we are going to take a little break here at halftime. Don't go too far because this game is shaping up to be one of the better games of the weekend. We will be back.
What we are offering, none of our competitors are. The facility that we have here, nobody else has. I created Extreme Dance Force, which was a highly competitive dance company, and about 7 years later, we formed our own home and we called it Extreme Dance Center. If you've never danced before and you want to learn how to dance, this is a great place. If you've been dancing for a very long time and you want to get better, this is also a great place. So not only has this center been created for beginners, but also for advanced dancers.
Extreme Dance Center is a really wonderful dance facility that teaches dancers all different styles from ages 3 to professional.
Extreme Dance Center brings in world-renowned teachers and choreographers to work with the kids, and we do a lot of master classes.
It makes you feel like you're not coming to work because you're having fun. You're basically playing with kids, listening to music, doing different dance games and stuff, because with the little ones, you have to have fun or else there's no point.
So we have a 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. We have sprung floors in all of our dance studios, very, very expensive professional flooring in every dance studio.
I would say Extreme is more unique because of its professionalism. It's not just a bunch of classes thrown together. The teachers really take the time to make sure that the students enjoy the classes while also making sure that they're really learning something.
I love Extreme Dance Center because everybody treats each other like family rather than just dance partners, and the directors really care about us.
You really feel the sense of community and family with everyone that dances with you.
I like to think that we're kind of a cut above everyone else when it comes to dance instruction.
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, chicagomustingspro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation, and we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at chicagomustingspro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AML Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. Vamos, Mustang.
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willow Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustangs, recomendándoles a Toncar Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. Vamos, Mustang.
What we are offering, none of our competitors are. The facility that we have here, nobody else has. I created Extreme Dance Force, which was a highly competitive dance company, and about 7 years later, we formed our own home and we called it Extreme Dance Center. If you've never danced before and you want to learn how to dance, this is a great place. If you've been dancing for a very long time and you want to get better, this is also a great place. So not only has this center been created for beginners, but also for advanced dancers.
Extreme Dance Center is a really wonderful dance facility that teaches dancers all different styles from ages 3 to professional.
Extreme Dance Center brings in world-renowned teachers and choreographers to work with the kids, and we do a lot of master classes.
It makes you feel like you're not coming to work because you're having fun. You're basically playing with kids, listening to music, doing different dance games and stuff, because with the little ones, you have to have fun or else there's no point.
So we have a 10,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. We have sprung floors in all of our dance studios, very, very expensive professional flooring in every dance studio.
I would say Extreme is more unique because of its professionalism. It's not just a bunch of classes thrown together. The teachers really take the time to make sure that the students enjoy the classes while also making sure that they're really learning something.
I love Extreme Dance Center because everybody treats each other like family rather than just dance partners, and the directors really care about us.
You really feel the sense of community and family with everyone that dances with you.
I like to think that we're kind of a cut above everyone else when it comes to dance instruction.
I'm Bobby Luncharn from the Chicago Mustangs, the general manager. Go to our website, ChicagoMustangsPro.com, and you can order a shirt in any color with your logo from your foundation, and we'll be donating some of those proceeds back to your community. Thank you for following us at ChicagoMustangsPro.com and like us on Facebook.
Yo, Negro Sandoval, les recomiendo AM Loans para todos sus préstamos hipotecarios y bienes y raíces. Vamos, Mustang.
¿Qué tal? Les habla su amigo Willow Martínez, número 10 de los Chicago Mustangs, recomendándoles a Toncar Autopartes, donde encontrarás lo que buscas para tu auto. ¡Vamos, Mustang!
back inside the Sears Center. We had a 20-minute halftime, and it looks like it's going to be a little longer than 20 minutes as the dance teams just got off the field and teams are both making their way back onto the field. And it's kind of funny that both teams are just getting out there right now, warming up back and forth. All right. Both teams coming out like we said. It's 3-2 Dallas right now. And Dallas has been playing a really great game. The Mustangs scored right before halftime. And excuse me for that, we were just getting some confirmation on why we were a little longer, and it was because they did not know that the dance team was going to take just a bit longer during their dance on their routine. They kind of added a little more to the dance routine that they were supposed to do. So that's not a big deal. We're back now, though, and we're ready for second half soccer. And hang on, folks. Hold the phone. We have breaking news. We have breaking news. We have a new goalie in the net for the Mustangs. We're seeing here on the roster as gameplay is going on. Resmedes is the goalie, it looks like. We're getting confirmation right now on the roster. We're looking here as gameplay once again is going on. And it looks like it's Resmedes is the name on the goalie down there by the Mustangs. Gonzalez with Dos Santos, now Beard. This is unbelievable, folks. Jesus Flores is not in this game any longer. That is a bold statement right there by Coach Armando Gamboa, the riverboat gambler, as one of our former friends on the broadcast would call Coach Gamboa, going with the backup option over an all-star goalie in Jesus Flores. I really want to know what's going inside Coach Gamboa's head right now, what his thought process is, because this is honestly one of the most interesting moves he's ever made. Here comes the Sidekicks as they go on for a full sail change and play it back. Will they go back to that style of play where they were passing back and forth? Okay. And that is Resendiz down in net. Jose Resendiz, we just got confirmation up here to the press box. Once again, just baffled. It's like hard to even announce a game without Jesus Flores in net. You just look down the field and he's not there. He is on the bench. And now once again we see the ball movement here on their own end of the Dallas Sidekicks, kind of going back and forth, just looking at options to see what they can do to run some time off this clock and pick their spot at the right time. And there's a turnover with Wheelo, one-on-one. He takes a shot into Gamboa with a huge save. De La Cruz, who had a little bit of trouble in the first half, getting his footing on this turf, slipping and sliding all over the place. Alvarez now down with Rojas taking that shot. I'm sorry, Pichardo taking that shot, not Rojas. Alvarez and Resmendez out there right now for the Mustangs. Two players that we have not seen a lot of, and there goes Alvarez to the bench now. This is a shock, folks. Wheelo now playing it to Bond. Bond shoots, and he scores. Taylor Bond and Wheelo Martinez doing a little dance, and that's a great job by Wheelo Martinez to get the assist on that goal. Wheelo Martinez, it is good to have you back, my friend. It is nice to see Wheelo Martinez producing again for the Mustangs in a huge way inside the Sears Center. You know, we've been pretty hard on Wheelo Martinez inside the Sears Center of late. Coach Gamboa has even been hard on Wheelo Martinez inside the Sears Center for a decent amount of time. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. Just look at last game here inside the Sears Center. Wheelo Martinez was dressed on the bench, had hardly any time, though, on the field. Came out during the fourth quarter, maybe had 5 or less minutes of playing time, but he's coming back very strong inside the Sears Center. And the fans, you know, you could tell when he does something great because this place erupts when he does something like this. And now we have a new Mustangs team on our hands. Alvarez with the centering pass, still in the zone. Ephraim Beard with the back heel, it turns it over. You know, this changing of the guard at goalie is kind of like, you see it in hockey sometimes. When your goalie, I mean, he's going just fine, Jesus Flores. But when the goalie's not going good or the team's not responding the way you want them to, you send a message by pulling your goalie, replacing him with the backup, and the team responds. Look at this Mustangs team right now responding in big ways, owning play right now. Now Gonzalez at the yellow line. Wheeling and dealing right now are the Mustangs. Mustangs, just a different team coming out in half. Ball sent down the boards. Camarena along the boards, giving it back to Wheelo. Wheelo now on the field at all times, almost. It's hard, you don't really see him coming off. Rojas, Chardo. And there's a new look, and something new that we're going to have to say is Resmendez with a kind of a dump down, which was really a shot, registered shot on goal that Gamboa had no problem with as he just ate it up. But just look, I was about to say Jesus Flores, and I had to catch myself. It just, that's how used to I am of saying that name. Rojas now playing down to Camarena. Camarena with the shot, goes off the near side boards. No one there to pick up the pieces. Ricardinho with a pass that goes off Wheelo's shins. Ricardinho playing it down to Ilwe. Battling for it. And now this is a tale of a different tape that we're seeing right now. The Mustangs have the energy. Dallas doesn't look like they have that energy right now as it stands from up here at the second level of the Sears Center. Wheelo tries to win the 50-50 ball. There's a foul as Ricardinho pulls back De La Cruz in a restart. And Wheelo bringing it up. Wheelo the go-to guy right now. De La Cruz takes a shot. He misses wide. Ellis now with De La Cruz giving him kind of a little bit of a hug along the boards. Now a ball to the center to Ilwe. A shot by Ellis, gets blocked, stays in. Nestor Hernandez, once again a former Mustang player. Look at him just bowl his way through. He takes a shot, and Resmendez with a first save here inside the Sears Center for the Mustangs. Ball is bouncing again, all around 50-50 ball. Here's an opportunity. Ritter, can't get a shot off. Nice play by Dos Santos as Ritter was trying to get a shot off, but just could not. Now this game is just really going back and forth here, and possession fairly even in this second half already compared to the first half, where Dallas just literally had the ball for at least 70% of the time. It was an unbelievable display of soccer. Now we're looking back at a 50-50 possession game right here, just based on the second half itself. Now, a lot of movement here for Dallas as they move their forwards again, cycling back up. Nestor Hernandez is making his way back up, and Gamboa with the turnover. Gonzalez gonna dump it down to Alvarez. Ball stays in play. A turnover by Gamboa. Here's Alvarez. Alvarez shoots, and a save by Gamboa. He was down and out. He saved himself right there. He bailed himself and his teammates out. And that was a huge save. We'll have that one on replay for you in a little bit, because if we need to come back to that, that could have been a game-saving save. Wheelo to Bond. Bond playing it off the boards, giving it to Wheelo. Wheelo couldn't get the shot off. Alvarez making his presence known. Ephraim Beard with the shot. Wheelo had an opportunity for a shot, gives it to Beard. Ball was blocked away. And Wheelo gets called for a push in the back. But wow, the way that this game has taken over of just pure excitement. There's a lot riding on this game. Both benches, after every play, cringing, smiling, clapping, you name any type of emotion, and we've seen it from both teams. Not crying right now, but there might be a team that has some tears at the end of this game for how hard fought we've seen both teams go. The restart now for the Mustangs with Pichardo making a run over the ball. Wheelo with the centering pass gets headed away by Pichardo. Just misses far side. A lot of near misses once again tonight for the Mustangs. They've had more bounces go for them tonight. Usually we haven't seen this year the Mustangs hit the post and then score a goal, but we've seen Wheelo hit the post and score tonight. Game is getting more physical by the second, by the minute. Both teams, it's just plain and simple. They know what's on the line. Both teams really kind of need to win out to have any type of chance to make it to the playoffs. We have a timeout in action right now. 3-3 inside the Sears Center. What a great game, and a good part of the game right now where we have the thank you veterans, and we give you a salute and a thank you once again. Norman, who is not here with us tonight, I think him and I would agree on this. This is our favorite part of the game here, where we stand and give a standing ovation to all the military members here in the stadium, and not only here in the stadium, but our military members that are not home tonight. We thank you very much for what you do, and I know Norman's not here, but I'll say it for Norman as well, as Norman would also say thank you to all those out there as well, and the ones in the stands tonight. We would not be here watching this game if it weren't for the military members in attendance and away in different countries. Thank you. Stay safe. We think about you every day, and we think about you here every time that we play a soccer game inside the Sears Center. Back to the game. 5 minutes coming up here, approaching in the third quarter. Lovegrove dumping it down. Lovegrove has had chance after chance tonight, but he's really missed the net almost practically every time he shot the ball. Shot goes wide by Brown. Ritter keeps it in. His second touch almost escaped him there. Nelson turns around, goes back down to Gamboa. Gamboa to Binning. Binning with Lovegrove. Lovegrove turning to midfield. Nelson, who's had a very good game as well for the Sidekicks, has been very quiet here in the second half so far. Lovegrove with the ball at his feet again. Nelson back down to Brown. Brown back to Nelson. Passing all around the perimeter for the Sidekicks. Ball still jumping. Ritter plays it to Nelson. Nelson takes a shot. He misses far side on the crossbar. Lovegrove now. He's going to take a shot. He takes a knuckleball shot that gets headed down by Ephraim Beard. And Resmendez catches it and waits for his players to make a move. He puts it down to his feet, passes it down to Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz can't keep it. Lovegrove now at the yellow line. He takes a shot, and two good shots right there to boost up his confidence. Resmendez with the ball back in his hands. He's going to dump it all the way down again, finding Rojas. Rojas in the corner, back. Nice little move on Nelson, trying to keep the ball at his feet, and the ball is won by the Sidekicks. Lovegrove again. The fans inside the Sears Center getting loud as Taylor Bond has the ball, giving it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez shoots, just misses off the post. Dela Cruz can't find the back of the net. He's had more than his fair share of shots at the net, just can't seem to find the net. He's peppered the near side, the far post, the near post, the crossbar. He's peppered all those spots tonight except for the net. Will he be able to hit the net? It's much needed right now in the season. That's hanging in the balance for the Mustangs. Pichardo down to Bond. Bond back to Pichardo. A little kind of give and go right there, a delayed give and go for the Mustangs. Turns into nothing. Now a give and go for the Sidekicks with Nelson turning back. 2:20 to go in the third quarter. The sniper, as we call him right now in the booth, Ricardinho. Some sweet passes tonight by Ricardinho. Had a couple chances to also put the ball in the net, but couldn't. A lot of missed chances tonight. A little bit of nerves going through these guys, though, too, knowing that so much is on the line. Ricardinho to Ellis. Ellis looking at options. Far less movement from the Dallas Sidekicks than we saw in the first quarter or first half. Mustangs seem to be the fresher team. Rojas with a shot, a save by Gamboa. Wheelo at midfield. He has the ball, giving it to Beard, Ephraim Beard. Far side to Dos Santos, switching fields. Dos Santos shoots, he scores! Douglas Dos Santos. Big time goal for Douglas. Big time goal for the Mustangs. And the lead is back with the Chicago Mustangs. With just under 1:20 to go, Douglas Dos Santos puts it in the back of the net. The crowd is going wild. T-shirts are being thrown out to the crowd, and another goal where it's the finesse that takes over the power for the Mustangs. It's funny, Bobby Lunchar comes out here and he goes to us on live TV, says it's all about the finesse. Don't worry about the power. All these goals tonight so far for the Mustangs have been perfectly placed shots that Gamboa has not been able to get to. Something way different than we've seen in past games for the Mustangs. They're not shooting it over the net. They're all mid-level shots, waist-level shots. That's as high as they're going tonight. They're trying to get these rebounds. They're trying to get these redirections. And so far, it's been working for the Mustangs. Dallas Sidekicks in a position where they haven't been tonight. They have played a game, I tell you, that's been near perfect up to this point for Dallas. And right now, they must be super frustrated. They had the Mustangs where they wanted them at half. Mustangs even put in a backup goalie, and so far Coach Gamboa has been willing to gamble, and it has been working out like you wouldn't believe. This is a dangerous spot where Ricardinho has passed off a couple times, and now we have a timeout by the Sidekicks. A little bit of nervousness now coming towards the Dallas Sidekicks. Yeah, it's the Sidekicks look like a different team. The Mustangs have done a great job of, there you go. You could see the frustration. Mustangs are starting to chip away, or they started chipping away, and it's finally coming through for the Mustangs as they are now winning 4-3. Some great shots here by our crew from all different parts of this game tonight. As you see, great reaction shots here from both teams. It's been an up and down night for both teams. The Sidekicks felt good with the 3-1 lead. They've not scored in this third quarter. There's been three unanswered goals, I should say, that the Mustangs have had. There's Lovegrove, a guy that we've spotlighted a couple times in this game, saying that he's had some good opportunities. Great opportunities Lovegrove has had, just hasn't had an opportunity to put it in the back of the net. Now a pass off and a shot far side that goes wide. Binning turns back in. Binning with the shot. Resmendez with a good save right there, hitting that ball away. Now the ball back to midfield again. Ricardinho at midfield. Ricardinho looks at options, slowly bringing it up with 10 seconds to go. We have 10 seconds to go. The clock is not running. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are headed into the fourth quarter with the Chicago Mustangs up 4-3 against Dallas Sidekicks. We have done a complete 180 in this game so far. We are going to bring you the fourth quarter, action-packed fourth quarter, right after this ball toss here during the intermission. We will be back. Well, as the ball toss finally ends, the kids running on the field to pick up the soccer balls. Reminds me of the time where first game, I believe it was the first game this year, we had the ball toss, and after the ball toss was called off, we had the kids and some of the Mustang employees run out on the field. And instead of reading the number off of who got it to the closest to the logo in the center of the field, the employees and the kids started throwing the soccer balls out into the crowd, which kind of defeated the purpose. But, we had a fun laugh with that. That's just something that happens. But that was a little off topic. But now we're back on topic as we have 15 minutes left to go in this game. This could be maybe the most important 15 minutes in the Chicago Mustangs season, as a win is sorely needed here to keep these playoff hopes alive. Even with some games in hand that the Mustangs have, they need to really win out to guarantee themselves the opportunity to go to the playoffs. You don't want to have to hope other teams are losing games for you to get in the playoffs. You want to take care of business in your own right. Gamboa now dumps it down to Mendes, calling for the three-line pass, gets it. Mendes has come in, kind of rocking the Ochoa look, is Mendes. And he's had, coming in cold, he's had 2 or 3 good stops in this game so far in the second half that have been huge for the Mustangs. One more goal here by the Mustangs just would make this place go wild, as they were very close right there. But Gamboa sliding to the near side to make that nice save. Name of the game here for the Mustangs right now is try to keep that clock running just like Dallas did in the first half. They did a great job. The first quarter was probably one of the fastest quarters of indoor soccer I've ever seen. That's something the Mustangs need to think about. But at the same time, they just can't sit back, passing back and forth, hoping that the time will wind down. What they need to do is kind of put their opponent to sleep any way possible, try to bait them to come in to a double team and get a guy downfield, do something different to get one more insurance goal. Ball getting passed back and forth. It doesn't seem as of right now that the Dallas Sidekicks really are trying to be urgent moving this ball upfield. They're kind of just doing their own thing, sticking to their game plan. Nestor Hernandez, who has a cannon, takes a shot that hits up into the net. We're going to have a restart with 13:08 to go. This has probably been the loudest I've heard the Sears Center this year. The drums have been the loudest they've been. It's been one of the bigger drum crowds that we've had. And the Mustangs don't want to disappoint with Gonzalez. Had an opportunity to shoot. That's where you have to take a shot. Instead, he took a fake shot, waited for the defender to catch up to him, and then his shot got blocked. Foul behind the play, a tug. They're just looking for an opportunity right now. Binning. Passing it back and forth. Dos Santos. He's had a huge goal tonight. Gonzalez at midfield. Looking at options, trying to find Bond. Bond with the flick header, and he shoots, he scores! Taylor Bond with the flick header. What a goal that was, as Gonzalez chips that ball downfield, and Taylor Bond flicks it on goal, and that's a 2-goal lead with 12:12 to go. This place is loud. Wow, Ellis had no opportunity to stop that. And it was just perfect placement, not only on the pass, but also on the flick itself. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a flip of the script have we had here. When it didn't seem like the Mustangs were going to be scoring too many goals tonight, you get a late goal in the first half. Then the Mustangs come out like a new team. This Mustang team looks more fresh now than they did in the beginning of the game. Look at this. They're not going to stop now. Now you could see the urgency inside that Dallas Sidekick game starting to set in. Binning can't get there. Just from right here, right now, the only guy that would be able to match the pace, the speed, the strength of the Chicago Mustangs team right now is Nestor Hernandez. Here comes Camarena. Camarena with a shot that gets saved away by Gamboa. Clock still running. Precious seconds now running down that clock for Dallas. Ball off the boards, goes out of play. Here is Camarena with the shot. Gets blocked away, and now the counter for the Sidekicks. They need to score, and they need to score fast. Just when you think, what a game plan, 3 goals seems like enough, and you still have a whole other half, the Mustangs have completely shut down the offense of this Dallas Sidekick team. And what a flip of the script we have here. Now we're having Cedar Rapids, Dallas players coming down, looking at the ref, asking for a call, just like the Mustangs were earlier, and the refs aren't having it. So good for them, not throwing out blue cards or anything like that, just keeping this game in perspective. Great job by the refs. There's a shot. Rismendez just got a pinky on that one. 50-50 ball. Wheelo gets taken down as Ardondo was the one that committed that foul for the Sidekicks. Man, they were on a high horse, I tell you, Dallas. And this was not too long ago. But ever since the goalie change, this Mustang team has, I don't know what it is. It's like smelling salts. It got them going. Bond takes a shot. Gamboa all over that as the ball was deflected away. Oh, a turnover with Wheelo pressuring. Wheelo gets taken down. No whistle. Lovegrove. He's had so many chances tonight. Just think if he actually cashed in, we might have a tie game. Binning. Nestor. Nelson. With Brown. Nelson. The ball dumped down to Binning. Ricardinho, Brown. Wheelo being physical with Binning. Hernandez turns. Brown to Nestor. Nestor Hernandez overruns the ball, and here comes again the Mustangs. Not a terrible play right there by Alvarez. It takes some time off the clock, keeps the clock ticking. Got a foul behind the play here. It's going to be a restart for Dallas. Ricardinho again, the one always seems to be restarting this game for the Sidekicks. Ball sent down again here to Brown. Brown with the turn. Ritter going back to Ricardinho. Time is not on the side right now of the Sidekicks. They're they're all the way at midfield, not even close to goal right now. Finally getting below the yellow line as Binning takes a shot that was not even close. I think he was actually trying to go off the boards right there, and instead the ball goes out of bounds. Pichardo, who's had a pretty solid game tonight, giving it to Rojas, giving it to Osvaldo Rojas, back to Edwin Rojas. Rojas is going back and forth, trying to do a little play-by-play murder right there. When you got two Rojas's, or anyone with the same name, you got to be giving out the first name on that, because the give and go is going to confuse a lot of people when you say Rojas to Rojas, or when the Flores brothers are playing Flores to Flores. There's a near miss again. Pee-wee Ortega, we've gotten word he's for sure not coming back in this game with the ankle injury that he went down with earlier. There's a shot, misses far side, was Rojas. Now under 8 minutes left in the Sears Center, and the fans, you can feel the energy up here in the second level, that the fans can feel it. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They haven't really felt this type of feeling here at home for a while. Resmendez now out of the net. Not known for coming out and playing the ball like Jesus Flores is, but he got away with it this time. Camarena at the yellow line to the three-point line. Now Bond, far post, and go! The Mustangs take a 3-goal lead, and look at the faces of these Mustang players. It's like a monkey has been thrown off their back, and watch out, because when the Mustangs are winning at home, it's scary for the rest of the league. There is a home field advantage that the Mustangs possess once they start winning at home, that it's pretty much unmatched around the league. 6-3. This is unbelievable. 5 unanswered goals. Woo! The fans are going nuts. T-shirts are being tossed out. Unbelievable. Just a great job by the Mustangs. Coach Gamboa realizing how important this game is. The season, it could have been lost right there with the loss in this game. It would have been a lot more bleak. But right now, like I said, you could see the end of the tunnel. So the Mustangs now have an opportunity here to close this game out with 7 minutes to go. They got to look for a sixth attacker here. The Sidekicks do. The ball goes out of bounds. Mustangs regain possession. A good job and a 180, complete 180 in this game. It was, both teams, honestly, were even. They were really, really even. And now the Mustangs just shoot out of a cannon, with Ellis trying to get a shot on goal, can't, and the frustration is going to start boiling over here very soon. I feel the pot. I hear the pot boiling. And every time that Dallas has the ball, they just get the ball taken away or don't get a good shot off. And you can just see that they're not happy with it. Man, Dallas was feeling just absolutely phenomenal before halftime. Even though they gave up a late goal, you could see in their body language that they were doing just fine. But now they're really running out of time, and they're passing like they were earlier in the game. Going in the defensive zone, passing back and forth. Brown now down by the old three-point line. Brown takes a left-footed shot. Dos Santos blocks it, pumps himself up. Now this is something we haven't seen the Mustangs do in a long time at home. They're starting to pump each other up. They're pumping themselves up. They're doing a great job. Wheelo gets the ball taken away for just a moment. We'll get the clock running back up there for you. We just saw on the screen. I took a look over at the screen, and the time was stuck at 6 minutes, so we'll upgrade that time for you. I know Mustangs fans want to know how much time's left in this game for a hopeful W with 5:10 to go left in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes and 3 goals to tie for Dallas. That's a tough thing to do when the Mustangs are rolling like this. You can't stop a boulder rolling down a mountain, and that's what it's looking like right now. The Mustangs are that boulder just going down that mountain. Here comes Ritter. Ritter hands it off, and close play. Could have gone either way. Could have just been advantage right there, or just keep going, to be honest with you. So now it's turned. There'd be a shot on net. No. There was a good opportunity to take a shot on net, but there wasn't taken. Now a shot, misses far side. Ball dumped down. Gamboa. Ricardinho. Rojas streaking down the field in a good, he was caught in between. Now Ricardinho takes a shot, he scores, and there's 4 minutes left in this game. Hang on, folks. Wow, it's like we're going back out west here. We're going to have a shootout, one of those classic shootouts. Who's going to be the first one to flinch? Rojas had kind of the right idea, to be honest. He just didn't make the pass quick enough to Parchardo and caused that turnover. Wow. Let's see what unfolds here. Wheelo now. Take the shot, Wheelo. Oh, should have taken the shot. Wheelo Martinez had an opportunity, instead passed it off. Lovegrove takes a shot. He hits the post. Wow. Now they're playing with fire. Teams going back and forth. Far side pass, Lovegrove now. He's going to go to left foot. Gets a shot blocked away by Ephraim Beard. Ball dumped down, sixth attacker out there for the Sidekicks. Ricardinho with Ellis as the sixth attacker. Nelson to the middle. Brown couldn't get the shot off. Ricardinho to Hernandez. Nestor Hernandez back to Ricardinho. Ricardinho off to Nelson. Nelson, instead of going for the shot near side, he goes for a pass far side, and he missed Lovegrove. Ricardinho to Brown. Back to Ricardinho. Ricardinho again to Brown. Brown takes a shot. He hits the post. The posts have been getting a workout tonight. Now ball sent down. Goal! Mustangs regain the 3-goal lead. And a little love by Rojas. And a perfectly placed spot where Ellis could not get to it. Oh man, what a shot. Ellis just a step too slow right there. And the Mustangs are celebrating here right now. Reese. Now we have the restart with 2:40 to go. Ellis, be ready for the shots to be firing all over the place. Ricardinho. Illig. Now ball dumped down again. With 2 minutes to go. Ellis to Ricardinho. Ricardinho at midfield to Nelson. They're going way too slow in my opinion, Dallas. Not enough shots on net. Waiting for guys to get open. You just got to shoot at this point. Hope for a wild deflection, something. And they're just playing right into the Mustangs' hands. Mustangs got to be loving this. There's a shot finally by the Dallas Sidekicks, goes wide. There's another shot, and Lovegrove. This is a night to forget for Lovegrove. This man has had chance after chance and can't score. Ellis with 1:20 to go, and Dos Santos, no. 1:20 to go. Dos Santos gets called for a foul. There's a restart right there. Ricardinho coming up. Time's running out. This game looks like it's gonna be a Chicago Mustang victory. Approaching 1 minute to go. Nestor Hernandez trying to get one more. I mean, Nestor Hernandez had a great goal earlier in this game. When he put that one in, I thought he was gonna have an Ian Bennett type performance. 3 or 4 goals inside here playing against his old team. But after that first half, the Mustangs silenced their former friend in Nestor Hernandez, now turned enemy, going to the Dallas Sidekicks. Ricardinho with the final bullet right there. And Lovegrove again. Once again, he's going to have a night that he's going to want to forget about. A restart with the ball sent all the way down. Headed into Ellis's hands. And now the final seconds are ticking off the clock. The Mustangs are going to be victorious again inside the Sears Center. The first win of 2017 for the Mustangs inside their home arena. Some would say it's about time, but I would say it's pretty much perfect time. You keep yourself wide open in the playoff race. You keep playing. You keep playing for the right to make it into second place. And that's a final, folks. 7-4 inside the Sears Center. Your Mustangs win. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next Sunday. And we're going to take you away with some highlights on this great Sunday evening with a Mustang win. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a great night.